YouTube. Just sat outside the front of Winmart, got myself some groceries, head back towards the hotel. Just thought I'd pop on here and pop another video on. Just trying to work out the best route for me to go back. Let me head up this way. It's been a lovely day, been hot. Been out and about walking, get my steps in. It's just great to be. The weather's perfect. It's starting to cool down now as it gets towards evening. It's 5:30. I think we've probably got another 30, 40 minutes before it goes dark, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, it's been great to be out and about. I've been over near the railway station again, on the other side of Lao Cai, across the Red River. Had a wonderful lunch at my favourite cafe at the moment, Le Bordeaux. A couple of reasons it's my favourite at the moment. I can pay by UK bank card, which makes things a little bit easier. I don't have a bank card yet for my Vietnamese bank, so it's much easier than trying to pop to the counter, etc. So I'll just use my UK card. There's only a small percentage, and on a sandwich it doesn't really mean much. But that's one of the reasons. A lot of places don't take card here; they do QR payments. And all the banks have apps and all have links to these QR payments, a bit like Apple Pay, but it's not exactly the same. So I can't actually use Apple Pay. You have to scan the QR code and then it goes through your bank app, which mine's not set up properly yet. So having to pay with a bank card or cash, obviously, but I use the cash for sort of groceries and bits and bobs. But in terms of being able to pay by card, it's excellent. It's a bit more of a touristy area, so I assume that's why they accept the cards, but most shops in the rest of the town don't. Notably, Winmart do. So again, being able to pick up some groceries and pay by card if I want to is a good option. But little cafes and things don't. But they do take the QR code, so they are sort of moving with the times in their own way. And secondary, the sandwich is absolutely amazing. I have the chicken salad baguette, comes with fries. Hard to explain. Really, really good. Really tasty. It's one of those baguettes that's not too crunchy. It's sort of a soft baguette, a bit more like a bun, but in a baguette shape. I could spark a debate, couldn't it? What do you call a bun? Is it a barm cake? Is it a batch? Is it a baguette, a bread roll? Whatever would you call it? Even a baguette, the one I've had here, you'd probably argue it's not a proper baguette. But very nice, very tasty. Staff speak a little bit of English, which is always nice. Obviously, it's easy then to point out what you want on the menu, which has also got an English part on it. But that's because it's right next to the train station, and lots of tourists obviously will come up from Hanoi onto the train. I think I've mentioned this already. There's only 2 trains every day. There's one coming in from Hanoi about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then that one leaves again to go back to Hanoi at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening. So it's interesting. Only 2 trains in reality. Ciao, hello. Having a little look in a phone gadget shop. It's quite interesting. These phone shops, the one thing they don't have is selfie poles. Now, I'm not after having a selfie pole to walk around taking selfies. In reality, I've got the DJI Osmo Pocket 2, and it obviously fits on a tripod. And I just wanted a small handheld extender for certain shots now and again. I've got one. It's at the golf club, but I've forgotten to bring it with me. So I was just seeing if there was any options for a cheap one. I've not found one at all in any electrical store or phone shop. I find that quite strange. They're everywhere the rest of the world, but not here. So, yeah, let me flip my camera around. It's a beautiful place. I'm just coming up to the main road here in Lao Cai. Some new, I'm going to say quite new apartments, but they're not being lived in. It's quite a strange situation there. They've got market stalls underneath, and the upper floors are not being used. Don't quite get it. Don't quite understand that. Lots of these little small grocery stores everywhere, and there's another phone store that absolutely definitely won't have a selfie stick, or it's not even a selfie stick really. It's just a small tripod handle. I'm looking for. You see a little bit of waste now and again on the floor. Now the reason for that is the bit old school. The bin men come around all day long collecting waste. very tidy town in general, and people put their waste on the side, ready for collection, and then they make sure they clean their own shop fronts, which is quite nice. These are very popular here. This is sort of a banh mi, or like a kebab meat. They put in a French baguette. Nice. Going up to the main high street now as you walk back towards my hotel on this road. Nice little town in the valley, about an hour from the mountains. Am I? Hi, how are you? Are you hungry? No, I'm not hungry, thanks. I've just been to a restaurant over in the other side near the train station called Le Bordeaux. Had a fabulous sandwich there, so not hungry now, no. If anything, feel like I've eaten too much. I need to keep on walking and get my steps in. Nice place here. This is pretty much the only apartment block here in Lao Cai. Everything else is low rise. And there's one sort of high rise apartment block here. The rest are sort of low rise buildings. There is one that's been constructed not far from here. It's not open yet. That's quite a high end apartment block. That's not been. It looks like it's finished, but it's not open yet. These bikes are very popular at the moment. See, e-bikes. You can drive an e-bike without a license here. So you can actually just drive an e-bike without a license, which is why they're quite popular and easy to charge and pretty cheap. Am I a fan of boxing? Yeah, sort of. If there's a big, I'm one of those sort of armchair fans, I suppose, where I tend to prefer watching the heavyweights. And yeah, I like it. I quite enjoyed watching the documentary about Tyson Fury and about his life, and I'm interested in this Mike Tyson fight that's coming in July. I know it's going to be a sort of an exhibition fight, and I do enjoy boxing, but I'm not really a massive fan. I'm much more of a rugby fan. My hometown of Warrington Wolves. But yeah, if there's a big match on, a sort of a World Championship bout, I'll put it on for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about So there's two types of e-bikes. You've got e-bikes that are very simple e-bikes that you might find on the side of the street. You use an app to use them, and then you ride them away and park them somewhere else. They're sort of rental bikes in that sense. And then you've got e-bikes, which is basically a motorbike with a battery rather than petrol. It's a full motorbike or full scooter. They're very popular here with the youngsters because they don't need to have a driving license up to a certain power, and they are relatively cheap, and they're so easy to charge. You can take the battery up into your house. You can charge them at the door, and then there's obviously the regular bikes like these, which are all petrol. And then a little e-bike there. That's the smaller e-bike. But yeah, Philippines, lots of e-bikes. I think they're becoming more popular. Generally speaking, they're better for the environment. Although I don't know how batteries are made. I think making batteries generally is better for the environment than petrol. You can see here, there's a regular bike and there's an e-bike. They just look the same, except that one's got a cable connecting it, plugged in. And then there's some really cool bikes like this one. 150cc, a bit more powerful. And there's loads of these little shops, repair shops, hire shop. Hello. Hire shops selling bikes, rentals, fixing, repairs. What we got here? Yeah, I remember your country's heavyweight boxer, Tyson. But yeah, Tyson Fury. He's very entertaining, Tyson Fury. He's not just a good boxer, he's also a good entertainer. So whenever he does speeches or whenever he does the promotions, he's always very good. And there's a fantastic documentary. I think it's on Netflix about him and his family. And obviously his son is a pretty good boxer as well. And obviously from the Philippine side, Manny Pacquiao has been a legend. Obviously a very successful boxer in his weight class, and obviously done great things for the Philippines in general in terms of letting the world know about the Philippines, which I think is amazing. He's done such a great job about that. You know, go to the UK and everybody's heard of Manny Pacquiao. Everybody knows he's from the Philippines. Yeah, if you're talking about Tyson Fury, yeah, non-stop talking during his press events, and usually uses some foul or bad language, but in a comedy way, very much an English comedy way of using bad words to try and wind up his opponents and getting them feeling angry and frustrated. It's his tactic.
Từ những kết quả đạt được nhiều năm liền, Trung tâm Chính trị thành phố Lào Cai hoàn thành xuất sắc nhiệm vụ. Cá nhân đồng chí Phó Giám đốc
But he's a good character. I think all sports need good characters to make it popular. Obviously, you need good fighters, you need good performers, but you also need some good characters, some good people that make the game interesting to watch. There's one thing at the moment that's quite popular. It's been popular for years, actually, darts in the UK, and a young lad, Luke Littler, he's only 17, I think, or 16, and he's doing really, really well, and he's helping to grow the game of darts to a younger generation. He's actually from Warrington, which is fantastic. That's my hometown. So obviously very proud of what he's achieving so far in the darts world. And as a youngster, obviously it's difficult to go into a game that you love and you practice hard at it and then suddenly become famous. To jump from being just someone who plays darts to be a bit of a celebrity is not easy to make that jump and then continue to work hard at your chosen sport. But yeah, good characters. You know, football, rugby, whatever it is, you need people that make it enjoyable. I mean, golf for a long time, Tiger Woods, obviously a great golfer, greatest golfer of all time, in my opinion. Also a good character for the game. Whether it's Formula One, whether it's boxing, whether it's basketball, having some good characters in the game makes the games themselves a bit more enjoyable. You tend to support the team that has the player that you like. It was always like Ronaldo in the football. People would support him wherever he goes, as well as the team he played for. And they'd have your own team that you would support, but then you'd also support that team that he played for as well. Showing here the lights in Vietnam. So the roads have traffic lights like everywhere in the world, but they do have a timer on them, which is very good. And they do have them in the Philippines as well. The timer's good because you sort of know when the lights are going to change. In the UK, you don't tend to see much of that. So you don't quite know how long you're going to be waiting for those lights to change. Are you still watching? What are you up to now? What are you doing yourself? Good to hear from you. Great to have some comments on my videos. Thank you. There's another bike shop. This one looks quite popular. There's people around. They fix motorbikes. I'm sure they sell them as well, but they obviously seem busy fixing. And they also sell bicycles as well, push bicycles, or riding bicycles. These sort of things for the kids. Popular. It's a nice town to actually ride a bicycle. There's lots to see. The roads are genuinely safe. It's not too busy, so you can get out on a bike, which I wish I had at the moment. I do like riding my bike, and unfortunately don't have one at the moment, so everything's just walking. But walking's obviously good. I'm trying to lose some weight, so the more walking I do, the better it is. These are some more e-bikes as well. These are These are quite cool. They're very small e-bikes, these ones. You'll see. Small, mega. They're not very powerful, but they have batteries. And again, they're the sort of ones you'll see most of the kids on. There we go. I'm just sort of gonna finish my video now. I've got to get back to the hotel. Got some work to do. Upload my video. I've got another video coming this evening. Basically the same, walking around Lao Cai, which is where I'm living, and obviously I've sort of covered all the main places to go in Lao Cai, but eventually I'll get a chance to go to Hanoi, do some videos there, and then back to the Philippines, hopefully very soon, which I'm looking forward to. I love the Philippines, up in Antipolo, be able to enjoy my time there. Can't wait for that. So I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and take care, stay safe, and see you all again soon. Thanks.